I had plans to be nicely dressed for the video, but I had to go outside briefly for just to run a little errand, and then the heavens opened and I got drenched. So I'm just kind of wearing whatever. Sorry. Hey guys! So today's video, I wanted to give some advice on packing. Now, for those of you who don't know what packing is, it's basically when a person, more specifically a trans guy, or anyone who wants to be male identifying but isn't, takes something to resemble a penis and puts it in their pants so that it gives the impression that they have a penis. Obviously not everyone can afford a realistic one, and what most people start off with is a basic sock packer. Now these are really easy to make. You just get a couple of socks, put your hand in one like this, you'd fold this one over, maybe once or twice. This one's obviously a bit of an old sock, so it's not going to work as well. But then you pull it through, and then fold it back over, and you have essentially what is, a bulge. And you could pop this in your boxes. Obviously, they're very flexible when it comes to making them. You can make them just like this, how I do. You can sort of pull it back and then shove something else here to give the impression of, a shaft and balls. But the easiest way is to kind of just have it like this. Big benefit of these, if you're not out, is that if this is on the floor in your room and one of your parents happens to walk in, it just looks like you've kind of just bunched up some socks and thrown them on the floor. It's nothing like if you, say, had a realistic packer and they were to walk in and see a penis on the floor. That would be a different story. So, once you've made your packer, there is the matter of, putting it in place, so to speak. And for that, you need, the right underwear. Now, one pair of underwear you have to always wear is something like the underlayer. Now, the basic underwear I would always recommend using, to start off with, is a good old pair of boxers. These are relatively cheap. You can buy them in packs, anywhere really, any supermarket, really cheap. And they're quite good, especially when it comes to dysphoria, because they're quite long and they're quite baggy. But if you want to pack with this, you have to have an underlayer underneath. Then you put this on the top, slide this inside, and then you would safety pin it in place, so to keep it from, falling out, really. However, I found the main issue with boxers is that even if you pin it to the front, it can often sag down, and you can end up with it sort of stretching the boxers out and also putting the bulge right between your legs, as opposed to, where it needs to be. So I moved on to something a little different. I went on to trunks. Now these again are relatively cheap, and you can get them in two different types. These are obviously your regulars, and these sort of keyhole trunks. And something I learnt very quickly with these is that they are really good when it comes to getting rid of that secondary underlayer you don't really need. Obviously with them, they have this sort of pocket here, and then there would be a flap here where, if you were to be using a urinal, that would be where you would access it. As you can see, I have sewn this up. I don't know if you can see that. As you can see, which basically means that I have created a pocket here, which means you can just pop the packer in there, and you can just wear it like that. Obviously, if for your own security, you could probably just safety pin that shut to avoid it falling out. But aside from that, you don't even need to wear a secondary layer anymore. You've just got the bulge there. Granted, the bulge isn't attached to you, so it doesn't give that sort of realism, but when you're starting out, it's an excellent way to go. With the keyhole ones, it's even better, is that the sleeve area actually comes out from the side, so you can pop it in, like so, and it won't actually fall at the bottom. It just has the hole here and the hole here, so that is pretty easy, and you can just wear that quite nicely, and you can adjust it obviously to suit you. That was my video on, well, soft packers. Hope it helps some of you. I will also be making a video on realistic packers later on, so if you came here looking for that, don't worry, I have that one in the works already. It's on its way. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!